Hello there, everyone. And it's not super capitalist this time. That is, if you are a brand new listener to us and you don't know even what those three words are, then you're probably wondering, like, well, yeah, I clicked on this thing and it says AJOLWTTA. What is that? Oh, sorry, my apologies. Let me explain first.
Yes.
This is AJOLWTTA, Age Old Water, as you may want to call it, because it's funny. This is a spin-off podcast of our main affair, Super Casper, which is a Smash Brothers speculation-focused podcast.
Yep.
Speculation and retrospective focused podcast, I would say. Not about the competitive scene at all. I am Xantok, otherwise known as Lister. That is Jonno, otherwise known as John. And he is going to explain things.
Yes, about the secret of the universe. We're going to get right on into it.
It's the secret of our
So,
universe.
it began in the year 1990.
I guess.
And dare I say to you, Zantok, otherwise known as Lister,
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yep, yep,
Anything
yep.
Jonathan or Lister Want to Talk About podcast.
Yep, yep, yep.
Happy birthday!
Ah!
We're releasing this episode one day after your birthday and
Why?
starting the cycle. So we could mention that you're what, 36? 35? Am I aging you?
35. Take the current year, get rid of the first two numbers, add 10. It's easy. It's easy, man.
Oh man, it's my age plus $4. Okay.
You don't have
Wonderful.
$4.
I have $5 in my wallet right now. It's one bill.
Wow. Oh, I know how you got that. Okay, I see.
How did I get that? I don't know. I took a 20 out of the at the gas station for some reason. Um, yes, Super Cast Brothers. Some of you will know us for that. Some of you, this will be your first time getting to know us. And may I say, welcome to welcome to a new journey.
Welcome to an
We are
experiment.
we're so we are so yeah, this may be capped after one episode. We might say, it turns out that anything that myself or Lister wants to talk about is not all that interesting, or is maybe even too interesting and ergo dangerous. So we'll see where things go.
I mean, the whole
But
reason we started this show, there's two
yeah,
reasons for it. One,
yeah.
we're trying to cut out the off-topiciness that tends to occur in Supercast, where we'll just go off on a tangent, which is still
Mhm.
going to happen, but hopefully we'll be a bit more focused. But also,
Right.
it's kind of just like a monthly catch-in thing because we don't get the chance to talk pretty much. The
Yeah,
podcast is
it's
just when we get to talk. We don't really get to go over things. We're just like, here's a topic. Here's just like a hey,
mhm. Yeah.
we're manually scheduling talk time.
Yeah, which, if you think about it, is kind of what the bigger creators do too, right? Like podcasts and YouTube videos in general. They're kind of a social space for people to get together. So, we're just two more dudes on the internet doing this thing to get together, and it'll be funny if this is the thing that blows up, where we're just talking shit for like an hour and a half, two
I mean,
hours.
it's not like we can go even if we wanted to do anything. It's not like we can go like, oh, catch a game together, or oh, go to the bar and just talk with it. We can't do that because we're
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
states away
Yeah, maybe it'll happen once a year at most.
at most.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, that's a general rundown. We've been friends for fucking 19 years now. I want to say
Since
somewhere
like
around there.
2006, 2007.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So almost 20 years. Our friendship celebrated its first adult birthday recently, and that's terrifying. Uh, and yeah, we've for 7 years we've been doing Super Cast Brothers, the podcast about Super Smash Brothers, and
Yes,
now we are here to talk to you, and or
about
really just talk to each
anything we
other.
want to
And
talk about. It's a
there's
beautiful name.
information. Yeah, yeah, and it's one steeped in history. We met on Smash Brothers Forum, we've talked about on Supercast Brothers a few times. Super Smash Brothers Mercurius, way back in the day, 06, 07. And during that time where message boards were ruling the net, we offshot that forum about a dozen times at least.
Yeah, that sounds about
And
right.
one of those forums was anything Jonathan or Lister want to talk about. Anything.
I believe it was whatever Lister or Jonathan want to talk about. So it was AJOLWTTA in its first incarnation, and then we were talking
Yeah.
about this. So it's like that's a terrible name. We're gonna change a couple of
Doesn't
these
roll off
letters.
the tongue. So yeah, we had to give myself top billing only for the name to roll off the tongue well.
And yet, in the video format, I'm on the left and you're on the right, so I still come before you.
There you go. Yeah, just like you did, just like you came into this world before me.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Okay. I have back pain and health issues
Yeah,
that
you
I
do.
ignore because I still haven't gotten a new job since January. Well, technically, I have a part-time thing, but it doesn't give you health insurance.
Yep. The marketplace
Ah,
opens up in November unless it implodes.
I mean,
Um,
so there
yeah.
there is some forward momentum on a a big opportunity that I've been trying to get on. It might actually end up happening within the next month.
Oh, great. Cool.
So by our next episode, if we have episode 2,
I think we
I
will.
might have a more positive update on that.
Okay, great. We'll be sending our hopes and good thoughts and prayers all in your direction.
There's a couple words I so tempted to just throw them. It's like, for the sake of things, I'm not going to go. I'm gonna avoid that joke. There's certain
Yeah.
things I just don't want to
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah, I hear you. That's something else we should mention. We record this podcast about a month ahead, so
Yes.
this is dropping on November 2nd, but we're recording in late September, like right on the cusp of October.
Yeah.
So and
And
when Lister says like, "Oh, I may have a job in a month," that's in November when this drops. You may be getting that.
yes. And we're doing it that way because sometimes schedules are a bitch. And we don't want to be like, okay, well, it's the November 1st episode. We should record late October, and then one of us gets sick, or one of us has to staff 3 or 4 different festivals at one time. Scheduling. It's problems. So
Sometimes
it's like,
that's
okay,
you, sometimes that's me.
yeah. Um,
Hey, we did
but
actually both staff a festival in this calendar year,
that's
so
true. That's
not
true.
totally.
Um, But yeah,
Yeah.
so like if we just record like a month in advance, or at least we set the initial recording, and it's like, okay, if we have to push it back, we have to push it back, but we have dates to push it back to. If we try recording the November 2nd episode on October 25th, and then things happen, we don't have a lot of time to reschedule.
That's a last resort. Like, yeah, that's our typical scheduling cadence for Supercast for this as well. And I think over the last year we finally dialed it in to where it hasn't been that bad with the reschedules. But in case that things happen, and they do because life is life, you have a month plus worth of wiggle room to be like, okay, a health issue came up, let's push this off a week.
Yeah,
Um,
and if we can keep
but
both this and Cash Brothers recorded with plenty of time ahead, then
Mhm.
we'll always be able to feel like, okay, which show's episode is coming up first release date wise. We can just prioritize which one we focus the re-recording
Right.
of. Unless with a guest, in which case that's a bigger issue sometimes.
Right. I think in general that we're already on the right rhythm with AJOLWTTA. We should probably plan on like, okay, we're a month ahead of when this episode's getting released. I think that's going to establish a good general rhythm right out of the gate. So we can
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we've been
So
doing this for
November
6 years now, so we
right.
more or less know what we're doing.
We've done it for 6 years and dialed it in about half a year ago.
I
Or
mean,
7 years. Technically
every
now.
season we were like we're adding things, we're tweaking things. Video
Hmm.
wasn't even in the first season.
Right.
Layout changes came about in like season 2, 3, and 3. We only added in thumbnails in like season 5, season 4. So,
I mean, hell,
no.
we just figured out the layout for this show's video broadcast about 2 minutes before starting.
I mean, to be fair, I sent you 3 or 4 options, and you were just like, this one or that one, and I'll let you know more later. And then before that stuff was like, so, it's later. What we doing?
I
And we
thought I
decided
dropped another
we ended
thing
up
in
going
there.
with our season 2 super Casperless format because with
Mhm.
Casperless we keep our cameras all right aligned on the camera screen and considerably smaller than what you would see right now if you're watching on YouTube right now. That way we have plenty of room to show graphics of what characters and ideas we're talking about. But on this show, graphics aren't as much going to be much of the focus. And if it was like, okay, let's put ourselves more front and center again, since we're the
Yeah.
ones talking, we're the ones that the show is actually about this time
Right.
around.
Right. Yeah, and if we need to change it up midway through the season or whatever, we will. But in the meantime, behold, our beautiful faces are before you. So I hope that maybe you're encouraged now that you know that you're going to get a little more of us on the screen. Check us out on video and we're on that's a good point. On audio, we are on our own separate channel from Supercast Brothers. Look up AJOLWTTA to find us on Spotify and Tidal and Apple Music and all those guys. But on YouTube, we're updating the Supercast Brothers channel to be Supercast Brothers and AJOLWTTA. So if you are subscribed to that channel already, that's where we're at. If you're not, you know where to find us. So yeah.
And I will totally remember to make the change to the YouTube channel's channel name before this episode releases.
I could do that. But then again, I may also totally remember.
I'll probably
Yay!
end up doing because like I have to upload this episode to YouTube first, so it's like okay, that's kind of
Yep.
gonna be the time to be like, hey,
Yep.
yeah, I got to do this shit. Hey,
I gotcha. And okay, so what's like our first what do you want to delve into? Maybe a good way to start this episode might be kind of like how we do our on topic shows for
hey.
for Super Cash Brothers, just a quick gut check. Like how are you? What's your last week looked like? How are you? What's your last week looked like?
I mean, I wouldn't say anything like completely unusual happened the past week,
How's
but
your past
how's my past month? I'm doing round 2 of lightsaber classes. Always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming still. Actually, we just finished up Nino Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch remastered a week ago, which means today, date of recording, I'm going to be starting Golden Sun: The Lost Age.
Sweet.
So the first Golden Sun game, I streamed the first Golden Sun game last year, and I also I edit everything down. I upload into episodes for YouTube, and then I have go up one episode a day. So I have like
Mm-hmm.
depending on like when I've last finished the game, edited it, and gotten it out to YouTube. I will generally have like anywhere between like a 6 to 9 month backlog of videos for YouTube, which is fucking beautiful. And then the way I prevent burnout is like, okay, I want to play the second Golden Sun game, but we're gonna wait till the first game is fully uploaded to YouTube, and then, and only then, can I start streaming the second game once a slot opens up.
Mm-hmm.
And the timing was great. Golden Sun finished uploading on YouTube 2 or 3 weeks ago. Nina Kuni just finished up. Time to do Golden Sun too. The Last of Us has also finished its run on YouTube, which means I have to start thinking about when I'm going to play that second game now. Although, considering I still got a lot to do in Donkey Kong Bonanza, gonna be a bit. And if the timer for the next Yakuza game comes up first, I'm gonna do that because that's a longer series.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sweet. So so I guess firstly we should mention this is all being uploaded to Select Start Gaming on YouTube,
hmm,
which you
yes,
share with another friend of ours, Way Up
way out trail.
Trail, and a couple other guys have uploaded there over the last several years, I think.
Yeah,
12, your brother, and some others.
Yeah, we've had Twilix used to contribute to the channel. A friend of Whale Trail's Skilled Arrow was there with him at the beginning, but he he couldn't he didn't like just focusing on one game at a time.
Yeah.
And then Curb Walker, who's been on the show a few times,
Yeah.
has a bit of a horror focus. Five Nights Games, Bendy, a couple other things.
Oh, horror. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, and I guess for listeners, in case it wasn't apparent to you,
We're
but by us,
nerds.
yeah, by us stating repeatedly that we have a Super Smash Brothers themed podcast that is exclusively Super Smash Brothers themed, and we've been doing it for 7 years.
6.
Yeah, we are nerds, and we are going to be spending a lot of time. The basis of our friendship is gaming. The basis of our friendships with our other friends is gaming, and we're going to talk about gaming a lot. I mean, this is an opportunity for us to talk about anything,
The basis
but
of me existing in a
gaming.
day-to-day scenario is gaming.
Yeah, right. There you go. So that's gonna be a large chunk of most episodes, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, that being said, so yeah, I mean that's a good opportunity for people to learn more a little bit about what you do at Select Start. So what is it? It's a weekly stream and then it's uploaded. Um,
The Twitch
yeah.
streams are Saturdays and Sundays from
Hmm.
on a normal schedule, it's 2 to 6 p.m. Central Time. But whenever I'm doing one of my weapons classes, like lightsabers, or I've also done knives and axes, we're supposed to get like mace and shield. I think probably next year. I've had to
Sweet.
adjust when the Saturday streams are. Sometimes it's been 8 to midnight. Right now for the lightsaber class, which I think is going to be done by the time this episode releases. The schedule is 1 to 5.
Sweet.
But yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be finished with the main story of Bonanza by the time this episode releases.
Sweet.
Probably, I would
And then
hope.
so you do the entire series on Twitch live stream, as you said, on weekends, and then you schedule it out on Select Start Gaming. So there's a bit of a backlog there, and you're ready for the next one, and
Yeah,
so on
and
and so
then
forth.
and then I'm also
Okay.
recording games off stream, uh, which go on kind of their. It started out without streaming, and I was just like uploading all these different games, doing 1 day a week, and then when I started doing the streaming, suddenly I had to start creating a problem for myself of, oh no, I'm having a crazy large backlog, and I can't fit it. If I start doing games off stream, then my backlog is going to become like 2 years long or some crazy bullshit. I have to come up with a solution. So the solution is
Yeah.
now stream games go up 1 day a week, and then anything I do off stream is going to go on a separate upload track of 4 days a
Hmm.
week. And as I potentially create a backlog of that, I might up that to 1 day a week as well. I don't know. But
Yeah.
right now Persona 5 Strikers is uploading and it might finish by the time this episode goes up. Which I
Okay.
had Curb Walker on for commentary on that. And then I'm currently recording Pokemon Black. I think I'm
Right.
only 10 episodes in. I've had to work on other things, so it's been on the back burner for a few weeks. Um
Yeah.
and it will be again until I get all of Final Fantasy 16 and Ni no Kuni edited.
Yeah. Yeah. I now that you mentioned it, I remember I did one of those offline recordings with you for all the boards on Mario
Oh
Party
yeah,
Superstar.
yeah,
I would be open to doing that again for the next Mario Party.
oh yeah. We've mentioned it a few
Or-
times.
yeah.
And I did it in a new Mario Party release.
Yeah. Mario Party
Okay,
Jamboree.
yeah, we just haven't had the time to do it.
Hmm.
What Wayo Trail visited me a month or so ago, and we ended up playing through most of the boards of Mario Party 1 for recording. But two of the boards are fucking unlockable,
Hmm.
and there wasn't enough time to grind them out, and I
Yeah.
still haven't done it because I have so much shit to do.
Yeah.
Although doing it while editing Final Fantasy 16 and Inokuni.
There you go. There you go. So that way, when he could theoretically come back and you can record it again.
Oh yeah, the intent
Yeah.
is to grind out those two boards and then be like, hey, bitch. It's time for you to purchase 1 month of NSO expansion pack, so we can record this shit.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
And then
There you go.
maybe see if we can get 2 and 3 done.
Hmm. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's fun. And so that brings me to my next question about it. So pretty much you have these offline recordings and you have the Twitch recordings. Are those games that you schedule out for either of those areas? Are those games the only time that you're gaming? Like you're not playing any excess game or what?
It's not the only time I'm gaming. Bitch, please. You've seen how much Discord says I'm playing Final Fantasy 14? Come on now. I know you're asking this for
Is
the
it
audience,
is it only
but
14? Is it only 14 or like you're playing 14 on the side like a lot, but is there anything else or is everything else exclusive to Select Start Gaming?
there really should be other things, but I'm just they keep giving me grindy things to do.
Yeah.
And
No,
I've
I
been
mean,
telling myself though, like, okay, I need to take a break from 14 grindy shit and do another game. And
mhm,
I can mention this as well. Something else I started doing for Select Start Game this year. We have another category of uploads that we call shuffle plays, where it's like
mhm,
generally the first 30 minutes to an hour of just any old random game or demo or whatever. Something that we're
right.
not making a whole series out of. This year, I decided to make a spin off of Shuffle Play that I call NSO Roulette. So for each episode, I do a random generator to pick out 3 games that have been released on the Nintendo Switch Online. And then I have to choose one of those 3 games to play and record.
Yeah.
And it's I do depending on the game and how I'm feeling during it. I'll do anywhere between like 30 minutes to 2 hours. In one of those games, I've actually said, you know what, this is actually kind of fun. I kind of want to play the rest of this game. I'll just play it all. But I'm playing it on my own, and then one
Mhm.
day I might decide to actually record it. And it's Fantasy Star 4.
Okay, cool.
I enjoyed the start of that game, and I haven't gotten back to it since doing that recording a couple months ago. But it's like
Mhm.
once I have the time, that's like above even the games that I have purchased recently.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Xenoblade X for
Mhm.
Switch 2, the Raido Kuzunoha Switch 2 remake, Sea of Stars. I've got all of these games
That's great. Yeah.
sitting either behind me or on the floor next to me. I want to play Fantasy Star
That
4
it
more.
make it seem like
And it's
yeah.
part of because like
Yeah.
I was forced to start it. It's like, okay, I already had that immediate interest. I don't know anything about Sea of Stars other than people call it a spiritual successor to Chrono Trigger. That's all I
It's
know.
good. It's good. I'll tell you that much. Oh, you got your blue milk and I got mine.
This is water in a blue water bottle.
This is coffee in a color changing Oktoberfest cup.
What the
Um
hell?
yeah. Oh, we'll get into that. That was
But
my last week.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't currently have anything besides 14 that I'm actively playing outside of doing anything recording wise.
Yeah, 14 has been
But I'm
a part
currently
of your life.
getting the second tier of the Dawn Trail relics. That's what I've been
Sweet.
focused on right now.
How long have you been playing 14?
Uh, you know, I don't remember exactly. I know I started in the middle of the summer because
Mhm.
I can actually find the exact date.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because I know it's been a big part of your life for at least a few years now.
Yeah, because on 14, if I go to their website and I just sign, I can look up my character and it will be like, hey, here are your achievements and your minions, whatnot that you've collected. Anybody can look at this unless you've privated your account, and
Yeah.
I can tell based on like the day of the first achievement when I started. Actually, no, it also tells you like when you completed each main story quest, so I can see it's like, oh yeah, main story quest number 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the day I started, biatch.
And I would like to join. I mean, it's always a thing about the MMOs. I used to love them as a kid, and I just know if I get started on it now, that will be trouble for me because I need to do a lot of computer work, and I don't want to be distracted from it. But
Yeah.
that's a me thing. That's a me problem. But I know you, and then our friend Trevor, who actually appeared on the last episode of season 6 of Super Cast Brothers, and is about to appear on the first episode of season 7 after we just kind of haggled it on air on the last end of season 6. He's played it a lot too, and his partner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that was fun, just kind of double fisting Trevor like these cups here.
bro. I know you said
Yeah,
that with
they
intent, but bro.
well, yeah, I don't know what you mean, but yeah. We're actually, I mean, speaking of NSO2, our first supercast for this episode of season 7 has Trevor on it. We're talking about GameCube games, GameCube nostalgia, so that'll be fun.
I've been playing less than I thought I had. I started in 2022, summer of
Wow.
2022.
It must have
I
been around then that I hopped
I
on cast and saw. Yeah.
no, it was a lot longer when you would have seen Val
Was
3.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Val 3 would have happened. I mean, still,
Hmm.
I don't know if I can. I don't know when that would. That would have been around September-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
2022.
still a couple months. I blitzed through the main story
Hmm.
because I started in. I started. No, I didn't start on that day. I started June something.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find. It's because I'm not logged in, so I can't see like the exact explicit details. I think is probably what the problem is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm trying to see like when I got cut up to the because when I started playing, we were in the third patch of the Endwalker expansion.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah. But June of 2022. I mean, that's a considerable amount of time. I mean, if you do it basically daily, that's over 1,000 days.
Oh yeah, I've played a lot,
Yeah. So that's cool.
and I've gotten other
Um,
people to into it. Way of Trail has played a good bit, and then he kind of burned himself out. I tried to get Tulix into it, but he
yeah.
prefers Elder Scrolls Online. And then Robo Aza, who's been on the show, I got them to start playing it, and they are past the halfway point of the first expansion, Heaven's Word.
So they like it.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
I thought they were going to
Cool.
take a break at some point, and then it's like, well, I was going to, and then this happened, and now I can't. It's like excellent, because that particular moment is kind of like the
Yeah.
for a lot of people,
That's
it's
too
a continue now or a stop
hmm.
moment.
Yeah. I hear. So something imperative happens. Something
Uh,
big.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. This reminds me. I maybe even 2 years ago. Speaking of long periods of time, maybe even 2 years ago, I started reading a book that I am now finally near finishing.
Hmm.
That's just my life. Called "Fight Magic Items" by Aidan Moore. It is a histology of RPGs from kind of the creation of the modern tabletop and card games. Like there's a lot of talk about Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering and games like it at the start. You know, like we're looking at like the early 70s onward into the early the late 2010s maybe. So
Hmm.
that's the historical period. There were a bundle of those books being sold new at Bookman's, which is an Arizona based like thrift chain. And I don't know if Aiden is from Arizona, but either way, I mean, kudos to him. It is a really good, just like compact, interestingly told grouping of essays and summaries that sum up the history of the modern, like the contemporary RPG, and where it came from tabletops and card games, into like the Amiga and Atari and Commodore era, like text-based adventures onward through like Final Fantasy 14. All that being said, when I finally finish it, if you think you would like it, you know what, know where, know how, would I expect it to be in your capacity to finish anytime soon, like it wasn't for me, I may send it your way, since that's a shared topic of interest, just the history of RPGs. He makes it interesting to read through.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty quick book. It's maybe 300 pages. I just don't always make the time to read. Okay, cool. Cool.
I
Have you
actually.
played
Hmm?
yeah.
No, go on.
No, go ahead. You actually what?
I actually read my first proper book in a long while recently because I'm normally hey look, here's my interest, let's find a good fanfic somebody wrote about one of my things that I like.
Mhm.
But how do I had to reveal something to talk about this book. First of all, I'll just say
Yeah.
this: do the words help desk mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's a button you click on a website.
No. Not a help desk, a help desk.
What do you
Two
mean?
L's.
What are you implying?
There's two L's in
Oh,
help.
interesting. Is this oh, what is this from like Buffy?
No. Do you remember a couple weeks ago, in the Discord server that we are in? I don't know if you were seeing this part of this discussion, but someone was like, "Hey, Xant," because they were talking about like, "Oh yeah, there's like a TikTok trend or whatever." It was like, "Xant, do you want me to make a custom whatever for you on TikTok?" And I was just like, "No, I have two things that I regularly will pop in and just
Oh
see
yeah.
how they're
Yep,
doing,
I saw this.
and I don't have my own account. I just check these two channels and that's it." One of them is about a help desk in hell.
Ah, excellent.
Yes, and it is very fucking good. It started off pretty loose because I think the creator didn't really have the intent of making it a huge thing at first, and then it just kind of blew the fuck up, and they started adding lore and a bunch of characters, and it just grew into its own huge thing.
Mhm.
Um, Basically, imagine uh, after souls go, like, I'll give you the whole general thing. So
Okay.
afterlife stuff. Imagine you die and you go down and there's a lobby and there's like a bunch of people just like sitting at benches trying to get their mind together, or they just can't believe what's happened. And there's other people just like, like booths that you go up to, you talk to them, and they tell you, "Hey, all right, well, you're dead. Here's how this works. Uh, you were this religion, or you weren't a religion. So you go through the judgment of whatever religion you were, or if you were not a religion person, you can either choose one or just go through the generic, universal morality judgment.
Mhm.
No religious leading to it at all. And if you come out of it good, then you can either go to the afterlife realm of whatever you're associated with, or you can also kind of choose, or you get to your own personal paradise tailored specifically to you. If you
Mhm.
don't come out of it okay, you pick your punishment realm. And most people go to hell because one, Christianity is fucking huge. Two, versions of hell exist in a lot of different religions. And three, people who aren't religious, well, it's what they've heard of, so that's just what they kind of choose by default. And
Mhm.
some people don't think they deserve to be there, and so they kick up a fuss. And one soul one day was just like, "Man, fuck those people. I worked in customer service and it was shit because I couldn't tell people to fuck off. I could tell people to fuck off here, and I could take some
Yeah.
of the pressure off people by alluring the problems to me, and then I make them go on their way eventually." That's basically the
Mhm.
premise. It's fucking good. And they released a book, I think it was earlier this year, that gives more backstory on the main character and shows how the help desk for it all got started.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy that book?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. So
Uh,
it was a worthy addition then,
yeah, the
compared.
book name was For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Mhm.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Uh, Actually, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Because I know there's other books with that scene. I just want to make sure.
For Frog the Bell Tolls, perhaps.
No, no. Uh, Oh yeah, it's For Whom the Bell Tolls, but Bell has an E at the end. That's where I
Okay.
was like, I knew there was something slightly different. And then the TikTok channel that it's on is there's some numbers at the end. Oh no, it's not. It's See Ya Later, periods after C and Ya, but it's SEA. So
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it's a really good series. There's over 600 videos in there.
Holy smokes. Is
Yeah.
that like is that series like all they exclusively post on that channel? It sounds like it
No,
might be like
no,
original.
they started
Yeah.
like doing other kinds of skits, but I think that like
Mm.
that has become their main thing. But they also share like life updates and things.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Cool.
I only just
Maybe
discovered them
maybe
a few months ago. And I was just like, this is fucking amazing.
oh, that's cool. So you did like the speed run on catching up with all their lore.
Yeah, I did. Sharky is the
Sweet.
best character. Like, come on.
I do like Sharky.
They I won't say too much, but there's a character that is a little on the violent side and is always wearing a shark onesie. And they go by Sharky. It's fucking good,
That's
man.
great. Hey, maybe next month we'll be able to talk about the next books that we finished. I'm just kidding. Um, probably not. Maybe that's too ambitious. You mentioned, and we'll get back into the gaming stuff soon, I'm sure. But you mentioned lightsaber classes.
Yeah.
When did you get started doing that? And is this like a follow up to? I think you mentioned it last year too, right?
Yeah, because the first class was about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
They do specialty because they're a martial arts dojo focusing
Mm-hmm.
on karate, jujitsu, and bagua. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they also will periodically do a special course.
Yeah.
Because they also have like a regular weapons class that they'll do 1 day a week, which you start out with bow staff, and then you go to
Oh,
um,
sweet.
um, Cali sticks / baton. There's a
Mm-hmm.
third name that I can't remember the name of. You know how Nightwing fights
Mm-hmm.
in DC. Nightwing's weapons. Also, kind
Yeah.
of Daredevil when he's not using them as nunchucks, kind of a bit.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they also covered nunchucks after you get through those two weapons. But they
Yeah.
also do like these limited run courses. So like we did lightsabers about a year ago, which was 6 weeks. The first 4 weeks was you know, since you can't really learn how a proper lightsaber would be used because it's impossible. Even in the movies, they don't use them how they would actually be used because it's impossible. You have a
Right.
blade with no weight. You just have a little hilt. That's not something
Mm-hmm.
you can truly learn how to do. So it's really more like rapier or longsword. Or no, I think katana is kind of is the style that they base the teaching off of. But using lightsaber and having them modify things was like, well, you can't hold the blade because it's an omnidirectional burn stick.
Yep.
And within the last 2 weeks, we worked on a choreography and we filmed a little video of us fighting.
Sweet.
But then we've
Sweet.
also done like they've been alternating things where like they did lightsaber, and then they did dojos and dragons. And the
Yeah.
first course focused on dual wielding knives,
Yeah.
and holding them in different positions and whatnot. Then lightsabers part 2, which I couldn't do because guess when that happened? A
When you were
certain Arizona trip.
when you attended the 40th annual Tucson Folk Festival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then after that we did axes, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
time for lightsabers part 3, which I say part 3 because it's the third time doing it, but for me and my brother, it's the second time we've been able to do it, so it's our second lesson. Then there's another guy there that's doing it for the first time. It's just the three of us this time around. And then the next special weapons course was originally going to be sword and shield, but they are last they were talking about it with us. They said they were going to switching it to mace and shield, because sword, I mean, we've already kind of learned like some sword things between lightsabers and whatnot, but mace is different. So
Yeah.
hoping to get something with that.
Okay, cool. So you've not only learned kind of like this lightsaber course, but also learned your way around, quote, real weapons. So like axes and knives and stuff like that. Okay,
Mhm.
that's cool.
I've also
That's
been
cool. And
doing their regular martial arts courses for about a year as well.
good. So and you think, that's been you do you enjoy it? It's been good and productive.
It's exhausting, but yeah.
Good. Good. So like if someone were asking you like would you recommend it? Like would you recommend it to me if I were looking to learn how to fight or to be a little healthier?
The problem with recommending, and I would say this for anything, is
Mhm.
every martial arts dojo is going to have their own methods of teaching, their
Mhm.
own material they are teaching that they are teaching in their own different ways, and just
Yeah.
their own instructors. And it's all completely different. Like I like these people. I like how to, like
Yeah.
most of the places. Like I've assumed you've watched Karate Kid.
Yep.
I would not if it had been like the Cobra Kai dojo. I would have walked out and be like, no, not for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But this place, like, It's small, not always a lot of people, but I like that it's smaller, more. I don't know the right word I want to put in here, but
Feels like it would be more personalized.
yeah, and things are relatively casual, relaxed. It's not
Hmm.
Cobra Kai military drill instructor.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, that's neat. I mean, it's something that I've flirted with the idea with for a while. It's like if I find a pocket of free time, impossible. I I've been thinking like, would I pursue even something simple like a relaxed, as far as I know, martial art like Tai Chi? Would I do something like that to relieve stress or just like get myself freaking unwound because I
They
have a
do have a
tight head?
weekly Zen movement session.
Yeah, I think I might start there if I ever do
Well, you
get
just
into the.
gotta move on down. We still got a guest room available.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it sounded like you can recommend your dojo to me personally, at least.
Yeah, I would.
There you go. There you go. Cool. Um, can I share how my month was?
I mean, I've talked for 40 minutes, so please do.
Holy smokes! Time kind of does go by when you're having fun, I
You
guess.
kept asking me
Um,
more questions.
well, yeah, I just wanted to see where that went. I'm glad we explored those topics. Yeah. So last month's been pretty solid. I think I'll start with sharing the. Oh, first of all, you mentioned RoboAza. I
Oh
just
yeah,
remembered this. Uh, they credit to Aza. They made our new logo, our new artwork for this podcast.
they
So
did.
anything, John, I want to talk about? AJOLWTTA. You see the characters right on front. If you're familiar with Super Cast Brothers, this is very similar to what Vernon from Bad Love Design made for us years ago in terms of like the color scheme and the general theming, like myself in blue, Zantok in red, um, and just the general colors. But we're sitting at that table, like we're sharing this podcast across the table from one another, which we are. In most episodes, we'll be separated by about 1,000+ miles on that table.
Oh yeah.
But here in the virtual space, you see what Ozza created. We have like these little effects on the table that are important to us. So I have a gnome and a walrus, calling back to my weird affection for gnomes. That'll probably come up in a future episode with physical appearances. And yeah, and walrus, which you'll learn about later on. I'm gonna just tease that because I'm gonna want to talk about that in a future episode.
There's a third
Um,
thing behind you as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah, kind of behind both of us, at the center of the table, this amorphous pink blob, Peepo, who is really, I mean, that was a weird meme drawing that I made on my phone at 3 a.m. one day and shared in our Discord group that we all share together. Just as a joke because I was bored, and then Ozza took that and really, I mean, honestly, took ownership over people, gave people a personality, a lore, background, a life, and I think even like a animated like V2 avatar
Not
that
quite.
here's
There's like
what.
a little like they can set people like on their shoulder and whatnot, but they can't like turn themselves into people. I don't like people. They do have people rigged up sites so like with some of their animated peoples if they're on their
Mhm.
shoulder for their VTuber model, like people's mouth will open whenever Ozzy
Yeah,
speaks, but
yeah.
that's it.
And Peepo is, I don't even call the full lore established, but I know that Peepo is essentially a god now. So that's very interesting.
I don't remember that being added to the lore. I know that my addition to the lore was that
Yeah.
Peepo is the animated spilled slushy that Austere dropped one day, and he just felt so bad about it that he animated the slushy to give it life, and that's how Peepo has that like that primarily pink, but a little bit of a mix of a purpley color in there. That's why
Yeah.
Peepo has that color. That's my that's my
Well, that's
contribution
awesome.
to
That's
people's
awesome.
origin story. Is he's an animated slushy.
I like that. And since you mentioned Austere, Austere and Wally Walrus are characters from a story that I wrote a long time ago called Project Believe, which I'm currently working on rewriting about close to halfway through now, actually. So we're getting there.
Good.
And then on your end of the table, what do you got?
Well, I have only things related to gaming because
Mm-hmm.
hi, it's if I'm not playing games, I'm thinking about games or planning for games. I'm doing something, or that, or I'm eating, or I'm sleeping. And even when I'm eating, I mean, I'm probably thinking about games in some respect.
You're sleeping,
Uh,
you're dreaming.
yeah. But I've got the job stone for the my starting class in Final Fantasy 14, the Dragoon. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
one I play the most anymore. I mainly play Reaper and Machinist, but I still got, it was my start. So, Dragon
Mm-hmm.
Jobstone. And I've got the Advanced PET from the Mega Man Battle Network games there in front of me. Also
Yeah.
asked me which PET I wanted. I was like, the advanced one is the coolest. So, that one
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And if that one was the problem, I was like, then there's this one's a backup, I guess. But then I also have
Mm-hmm.
like a bit of I can't remember if it's in a spread or if it's in a stack. I think it's in a spread of some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh
Yeah.
no no one draft them in a spread. They are actually in a stack in the finished logo. Using the less detailed backs of how they look in the anime compared to the more detailed physical version, which is like, yeah, keep it simple. That would be
What's
wise.
what is one card that is definitely in that deck on the AJOLWTTA table?
Oh, I have so many trap cards that are focused around like, oh, you're attacking me, negate attack. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Fuck
There you
you.
go. There you go. So if I throw wall walrus at you, you will gate attack.
I could do negate attack. I could do Sakuretsu armor. I could do mirror force. I got some
Yeah.
options.
Yep. Yeah.
Exclusively old school. None of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I was about to say XZs. XZ isn't even the bullshit anymore. None of this pendulum or this. I don't. There's some new bullshit. This new age crap. We're talking OG, motherfucker.
Right. All I know is Karibo. What a guy. My
They've
good
made
friend.
more Karibos.
Oh my God. My word. I feel I'm starting to feel a certain way. Um So that's that. And also shout out to our friend Kelly Jelly, who, ritualistically appears at least once a year on Supercast Brothers to do the Kelly Jelly special. Check that out if you're interested. Just look that up. Kelly Jelly special. I guarantee it's probably the first time you've ever typed those words in that sequence. Um
Well,
Kelly
there's a space between
yeah.
jelly and special, but not between Kelly and jelly.
Yeah, Kelly Jelly's one word. Correct. But yeah, cheers to Kelly Jelly because he made our he made both the Super Cast Brothers jingle, which is epic and verbose and feels like Smash, right? Like it's pretty brawl-esque. But then you get into AJOLWTTA. I mean, I gave Kelly this directive, like, please help us make this jingle that is just like embraces the idea of casual conversation. Maybe you could pull from like Wii Channel era sounds and tones to make this jingle. And again, I think he hit the nail on the head. He did a great job um, making it. And it does recall that era for me. So it's a nice little burst of nostalgia and just like light fun fare that
Yeah.
comes in at the start of every episode. So cheers to both of them. And now that we've given them their due credit, I will tell you about my September.
Hey.
So I think a good thing to start with is again another mutual friend of ours, Flame Zone, Eric, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
The start of and Eric was somebody who we met in person for the first time after knowing for so long. Here in Tucson over the last year, that you kind of alluded to earlier, but you both came down for the Tucson Folk Festival, which is kind of, in my mind, the crown jewel of the festival that I really enjoy working on every single year, really like every month of the year leading up into it. Um, so you both came down to experience that and experience Tucson and get to know each other, and Trevor was there too for a period. Um, but yeah, Eric, frequent guest on Supercast Brothers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, is engaged. Eric is engaged, so I learned that on the Facebook not that long ago. They had some little engagement photos come up, which is the current trend. And yeah, he's been dating this person for a few years. She sees something in him that we don't, and they are getting married next year. So I am excited for them. Congratulations, Eric, and your partner. And I am probably, I think there's an 80-20 chance at this point. I am planning to head up to Canada to send them off and kind of visit that area for the first time.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm hoping to go. The only problem is that there's another
Mhm.
wedding I'm supposed to go to like 2 or 3
Yeah,
months after.
yeah,
Which it's not, if it was just like purely locally in my area, it's like, okay, easy.
right,
Travel
right,
expense. It's still like I'd have to fly up to another state, which is going to be expenses there. It's like, we'll see how money's
yeah,
looking at the time. If the current thing I'm tracking on job wise works out, it'll probably be fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's still up in the air, so I can't really lock anything
There's a
in.
lot of ifs involved. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's a while out. It's a summer wedding, so it's going to be a while out until we really know all the details and how to tell it, if we can telegraph it. But
Yeah.
yeah, the intent is there. And I am finally, after multiple delays, working on getting my passport. And yeah, you visit again, like we talked about for cast with us before, but our friend Jake Ebit got married last year, and you were able to attend that wedding with multiple of our friends from the group that we keep alluding to, the Discord group that we're a part of.
Yep.
That friends that we've known a long time before Discord was a thing. We all kind of coagulate there now. So I super, I still have some regret for not being able to get up there. So I want to avert that feeling again and just make sure I get this one done. It's important to me that I do it, and I'm hoping too to to spend a couple days there and then fly across that country and go see Ebit too for a couple days. Um, and then if my ambitions do not get get the worst of me, I will be able to execute on it and also get down to see you if you don't show up for Flame Zone's thing. So
You'll
it's a
you'll
big
end you'll
multi-sided
end
adventure.
here and then you won't go back because you're like, you know what? This place is cheaper to live in.
Lightsaber Ground 4. I can be a part of it. There you go. Yeah,
You'll be paying
yeah.
less a month on your house, tell you that much.
Well, I pay I'll just tell you, I pay 800 in mortgage.
Yeah, this would be less.
Okay, bet. Good deal. And that's just my share. My folks live with me,
400.
and my sister. Okay, deal. Perfect. Goodbye, world. Good. Going to the Midwest. Wouldn't that be cool if I just appeared on your screen after that?
Honestly,
Yeah,
if we could, I'm trying to think of a
yeah,
way that we could do it. Considering the room you're in right now, if like we would have to like build something to make it look
yeah.
like that, but we could be done.
Either that or, the episode that we record where I actually am like out in Canada and then coming your way. We just end it where I leave the room and then I literally show up there.
Yeah, I would have to like just splice the footage together, which could certainly happen.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, that's something that we're looking forward to in the summertime. Hopefully we can both go. Um, what else happened this month? I'll just go in chronological order. We had a it's pretty nondescript month. I didn't do much in terms of gaming. I'm still playing through Bonanza as you are. I'm on the Switch 2,
What
Donkey
layer on
Kong.
you on?
Uh, I can't even tell you right now. The one after the hotel one.
Okay, so you haven't progressed.
I beat the ice one, and then yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. You were on the ice when the last one we spoke. I am
Mm-hmm.
several layers past that.
Yep. Yeah, I
I
figured.
have, including the layer I'm on, I think three, and then it's the final layer. I think.
Hmm. Okay. And then, and so I've been replaying Wind Waker, which, yeah, I don't know if you want to share your feelings on that. Guess
I did the
it's
start of
interesting.
Wind Waker for one of my NSO roulette episodes, and my basic thoughts were, "Holy shit, who designed these controls? These movement controls are so ass."
I don't know. Would have Numa would have had control over that or something back in the day?
I don't know. Everything is like too slippery.
Yeah, I mean that's how Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. That's how they all played. Yep.
Jesus.
Maybe it's something you grow into when you're young, and if you don't, maybe it's nostalgia glasses. So. But I grew up with it. I really enjoy my playthrough again. Um, that's kind of it right now. I after my air conditioning came back on after a month of being out of service in August, I had the intent to get back into gaming more, um, which has only happened to a little baby degree. With everything else going on, including like spending my free time reading that book and trying to get that out of the way, or watching some films or TV shows. Like I'm working my way through the second season of Picard, trying to wrap up that series
Hmm.
finally. I'm watching Marvel Zombies, of course. I watched the first episode a couple days ago. Want to watch the rest of it. That was actually pretty solid, that first episode.
I need
Um
to watch it still.
yeah. What else am I watching? I am watching the next season of Futurama on Hulu. So guilty pleasure that I've always had. Um That's kind of it. I've been watching. I want to watch a movie coming up soon on a streaming called Penguin Highway. It's about penguins that appear on the highway somewhere in Japan out of nowhere, and they're like, "Why are there penguins here?" And that's all I know about it. It's an anime. I am going to watch that soon. Before that, I watched the 1952 musical classic "Singing in the Rain" a few days ago for the first time. So my tastes are all over the fucking place.
Don't think I've
um,
watched in the last month
yeah,
has been getting caught up on Critical Role.
yeah. Or you roll critically.
Well, I don't, but people do. And then I watch them do
People
it.
do. People do. I Critical Role recently
Campaign
crossed
4
over.
coming up.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that's
it
awesome.
will have started by the time this releases
Oh, sweet. Okay,
because episode 1 is hitting in October.
nice. My personal interest in Critical Role recently rekindled. I hadn't watched it yet, but and to be clear, I have not gotten through a full episode of Critical Role ever. This is something that you and several of our friends watch and recommend to me, and I just haven't gotten to it.
To
I
be
want
fair,
to,
it's very
but
long. There's a
yeah,
even individual episodes are long, and there's over 100 episodes in each campaign. If
yeah,
you want something
yeah.
smaller and easier to go through because a smaller campaign and shorter episodes, Dimension 20. Each
Dimension
campaign
20.
is very different. Like there's
Okay.
one that's like Fantasy World High School is the start of it.
Yeah.
There's hey, what if we were the bad guys from Lord of the Rings? There is hey,
Cool.
what if Game of Thrones, but everybody was food?
Hmm. There you go.
There's like Fantasy New York,
Yeah.
um detective noir inside the human body,
Yeah.
in the brain primarily.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
like
Okay.
every season is something
They run
different.
the gamut, as it were. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and the guy that
Cool.
runs that show is actually going to be running campaign 4 for Critical Role.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Very
mixing up DMs.
Several of the cast members of Critical Role recently appeared on content from Good Mythical Morning, which is like a major entertainment daytime show
Hmm.
ish on YouTube. Rhett and Link. I mean, if you've heard of them,
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
I really enjoy them. I that after the heyday period of YouTube of like where I enjoyed a lot of Um, well, I'll just say it, like I'm part Filipino. I grew up in that culture, and when I started watching YouTube in the early 2000s, it was kind of like this heyday of a lot of Asian content creators. Wong Fu Productions, AJ Raphael, David Choi, I think who even you've heard of tangentially through me. I was involved with David for a while. Um, when that era kind of seeded out and those people grew up, is when like Rhett and Link and Smosh and that group of people, they kind of took over in the late 2000s, early 2010s. So they're who I got interested in from that era. So yeah, I'm gonna watch that episode with the Critical Role people, and maybe that'll kickstart something in me soon.
Yeah.
I do watch I do occasionally chime in to listen to a podcast or watch the reels at least of Legends of Avantris. Have you heard of that?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's another D&D podcast, but it's very like comedy, like chaos.
Oh, watch Dimension 20.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I will. Okay, I will.
Emily fucking Axford. God damn it.
Okay, so it's the Dark Side of Dimensions with Bokura. Um, okay, Dimension 20. That okay,
It's
so that's that.
Dimension 20 though is on
Yeah.
Dropout, so there's a subscription to watch other content. Critical Role, it's all on YouTube.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Last month. Well, a lot's happened in the last week. I'll tell you that much. So, because otherwise, it's been business as usual. Just the day-to-day work and working on the folk festival as we do all the time, and recording those episodes with Trevor that we mentioned for Super Cast Brothers. One by the time you listen to this, one of them's out and one is on the way in a few. So keep an eye on that. This coming Saturday, which I think is what the 7th for the GameCube episode with Trevor, kickstarting season 7 of Super Cast
Mm-hmm.
Brothers.
Season 7, which we
Um,
already recorded,
yep,
and it's
exactly.
releasing after this episode.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we never mentioned actually the uploading schedule of this series. It's the first Sunday of every month.
Yep, first Sunday of every month, so November 2nd, and then whatever day a month after that is the second episode.
Yep.
Um, this last week though, it was like a culmination. So, a couple weeks ago, we this building I'm in, the Catalyst Creative Collective in the Tucson Mall, which you've been to a few times now. Um, this used to be the organization that runs it, which I work for, used to be called SACA, the Southern Arizona Arts and Culture Alliance. It's been a few years since I've taken on, many more hours with SACA and become more of a staff person. But we over this last couple of weeks rebranded to Art State Arizona. We had a celebration party here in Catalyst to bring that in, and also to announce like the publication of our Undercover Arts magazine, which I heavily contributed to. It's this year's topic is like the arts in the healthcare system, and where those frequently revisit and realign with each other. But yeah, now we are Art State. We just had our first two like external Art State events over the last week. The first of which was at Roche Tissue Diagnostics, which is a medical like a research center that is a worldwide kind of medical research facility and school campus up in Oro Valley, north of Tucson. We did a histology-based fashion show, so like the study of the stain. So we had a bunch of white, like maybe 30 pieces of white clothing, like aprons, lab coats, shirts, skirts, hats, etc., pants, blazers, and they were designed by multiple artists, some of whom work on the Art State team, to be histological and use like all of these interesting bright colors to like embrace that like sciency stainy thing. And it was a pretty tasteful, like high end fashion event. Actually, it was pretty unique compared to what we've done in the past. And it was a smooth evening. It was, and to it was booking all of the music and the performers for that event, and kind of helping to manage them on site. And it was a good smooth run. And then the very next day, we followed it up with the Sarita Oktoberfest.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So actually, the day after we, or wait, no, my time is off. This is 2 days after Oktoberfest that we're recording this episode,
Oh, okay.
and it's September 26th. So yeah, the running joke internally has always been like, oh, we're doing our September Oktoberfest, but talking to a lot of folks who are part of like the German American clubs or German immigrants in Tucson, like it's actually quite common to host an Oktoberfest in late September because at this point they're just like, in Germany there are so many Oktoberfests that they just start earlier and end later now. So it's like
Jesus.
the Oktoberfest season is like mid-September to mid-November. I'm like, okay, so it technically falls. And so the processing for this was interesting because most of the events that our state works on, they're co-producers for the folk festival that's run mostly by TKMA, the Tucson Kitchen Musicians Association. But either which way, most of what we do at Art State are with pre-existing events. So like the folk festival's been around now for 41 years. The Patagonia Fall Festival coming up has been around for 36 years. Um, Oro Valley Fall Festival, Spring Festival, Winter Festival that we do each year. It's been at least like 15 plus years, 20, maybe 20 years now. So the Sarita Oktoberfest, we have another Sarita event. Sarita is a lakeside town about 45 minutes from the Tucson Mall south. Um, it's we do another event called Art on the Lake, which is like a general art festival with a lot of great music and dance programming. But Oktoberfest in Sarita, this is our first year ever doing an Oktoberfest event, period, in the several decades of Art State, Saka, Govac, all of its iterations. And our first Oktoberfest in Sarita, ergo. So we were kind of looking conservatively at the attendance numbers. Maybe we were going to get 750 people attending, 1,000 people attending. And we were, a little wary going into it because, I mean, honestly, there were heavy rain chances a couple days ago. It's an outdoor event by the lake, so it was pretty humid out most of the day when we were setting up. The event started at 5. We got there at 10 to set up everything for the event, like the pumpkin bowling station, the pretzel ring toss, things like that. And there were a few vendors, like maybe a handful of the 20 or so we brought in, who backed out because they were afraid of the rain. And as it were, and yeah, I know. But then, we had probably double. How this ended up was, we got the brunt of the rain in the morning. We were setting up. There was hardly any during the event. It was a beautiful evening. Went off without the music and dance went off without a hitch. The beer tent almost sold out of all their beer. Like it was a very good event. Like we had probably 2,000 people or more come there.
Hmm.
So it far exceeded expectations. We have a few of these like totally like 90s. Like you put your cold drink in here and it turns really blue. I'll share one. We have a few left. I'll send some to you. You can have that on your person. Yeah, it went by great, and we had really good brats at the end of it that were given to us by a grateful brat vendor. So that
Hmm.
was a way to kind of top of the night. So just two really great back-to-back events to launch the Art State Arizona brand. Both totally new events too. Funnily enough, like these these are both things we've never done before. We've never done the fashion show. We've never done Oktoberfest. Both went by great. Both went by as great as they could have. Maybe like 400 people showed up to the fashion show. Which
Fashion in
was
October.
yeah. Yes, fashion in October. So that was that. And, we had 3.5 hours of polka related live music and dance programming, which was captivating at the time. Oh, I boiled sausage. I boiled sausage. This was
What?
this
Why?
was the night of the fashion show, the night preceding Oktoberfest. I boiled 15 sausages. I went to Walmart. I bought them. These are brats. I boiled them. They looked like gross. being boiled. Like it was not. It was a weird process, but then we used it for the first annual Sarita Oktoberfest sausage toss. Yeah, my coworker, my buddy Frank Powers, he's a local MC and like on the radio, and he does a lot of our like live stage chatting and introductions at some of our larger festivals, including this one. So he helped me coordinate the sausage toss. So it's 6:15 at the outdoor like concrete inlay where all the performances were happening. We had what is it? Two groups of two come up 3 times. So we had a total of 12 people, 2 flights per round of and they wore these like cheesy parody Germanic aprons. And they would hold the sausage in their apron and then toss it to the other person holding an apron.
That's a waste of food.
It's funny that you say that because that's also what my mom says. She's like, you could give that to somebody. And I'm like, 15 sausages aren't going to solve any crisis. It's okay. But then they toss it to each other. And then once they
Solve my
catch it, they have
crisis.
to. Yeah. I really don't think you wanted those sausages.
I mean, maybe they're
But then
cooked differently.
a little, yeah, I was going to say. And then they just, they take a couple steps back once they get a point, and then they just repeat that for a few minutes. And then whoever won, the victors, the team that got the most points were like 7.5 sausages because they tossed it 7 times and then the sausage broke in half. So then they threw a half and it was also caught. So, and they won a minor thing. It was mostly like a community engagement event, which went by really well and just fun for the hell of it. But they won this, and they won another thing a koozie as well. And then we did the Stein Holding Championship, where for as long as it goes, folks are holding out a beer stein like this with their arm totally straight, and it's filled to the brim. My mic. Whoa! My first AJOLWTTA sneeze. Yeah, and it's filled to the very, very brim, and you have to hold your arm out as straight as possible. And I'm actually going around and like judging the straightness of the arm. Like you have to have like this perfect right side up L right angle while you're holding that stein. And the last person standing wins because eventually that gets pretty heavy, like a 40-ounce glass of water.
Yeah.
And then they win a cup and a koozie, and that went on for probably 5 minutes. Like some of those last two guys are really struggling. Yeah, and that was the event. I was thinking next time we see each other, we can toss our own sausages and aprons just for the heck of it. Not related to Oktoberfest. I'll just boil some up and we'll get together and do it. Yeah, and during all of this, on Friday, speaking of my mom, she was going in for hernias.
Oh.
On Friday. All week leading up into the event, I kind of felt a little guilty for like, I'm not in town for this day where my mother's getting an important surgery operation. But all that went by well. She's recovering now. They ended up putting a 9-inch by 7-inch piece of surgical mesh in her stomach and that's how you like tend to the hernias, right? She had 5 fucking hernias in her stomach.
Jesus.
And that's and how they explain it is like if you don't get this treated, because she's also a end stage kidney patient, so there's like some worry about getting any sort of surgery done that was elective. But they're like, if you don't do it, your organs could spill out. That's kind of gross, but that's the reality of it, of so many hernias. So that happened. Saturday, she was finally discharged at, like 4 or 5 o'clock. I went in to visit that hospital, and at that point, I didn't know when she was being discharged. On Saturday following Oktoberfest, and Sarita's about an hour and 15 minutes away from my place. So it's not a long drive, but it kind of is, at the end of a long day. Um, so on the way to the hospital, I'm like, wow, it was 9 in the morning. Like I am pretty, I'm pretty worse for wear. Like I'm feeling like I could fall asleep at the wheel, which I didn't, of course. But and then getting there to that hospital, it reminded me of driving at the Phoenix airport to pick up Eric when when we had you guys over. It's like, holy smokes, this place is so huge and it's so confusing. It's like you're driving in a figure eight. I had to park 2 miles away from the entrance, and I knew
This is
this
why I
much,
don't drive. There's a
right?
long
And I
list
knew
of
this, right, because I would just like the airport, for instance, someone just picks you up and drops you off right at the entrance, and you're done.
Yep.
But yeah, it was, and that night picking up Eric too, I was like, this is a nightmare. I'm driving under these weird bridges, and like it's like a Mario Kart level. Phoenix area is, um, and it started raining hard. I was like, man, this is like recalling Neo Bowser City. So it wasn't really that bad at the hospital, but I did park over 2 miles away, and I noticed that too because walking on the big pathway that they had leading from the parking lot to the hospital, and I was like, a sign shows up about towards the start of it, and they're like, "Welcome to Health Highway" or something like that. Their sidewalk, they're like, "Health Highway is 1.75 miles long." And I was like, "Holy smokes!" And then you walk into the hospital, and it's this really very very large 1-story building. So all of their rooms are splayed out across 1 story. And it goes from like the hundreds to the 900s just in this one building. So there's so many rooms, like 900 rooms. Um, when you get in there, there's a guy in a golf cart in the building to be able to transport you further down I was like, this is kind of nuts, but not really here nor there. She's home now, all good and well, and it's been a weird month for people's health, because we're dealing with that now with her recovery at home. She has to eat only like see-through liquids for the next couple of days, pretty much, and then gradually get back on a food diet over the next couple of weeks. But my dad also went in for hand surgery to figure out his carpal tunnel situation, which and that was an elective surgery. And I was like, I'm not going to go for my other hand now to figure out the carpal tunnel arthritis in there because he had he has anxiety, and he had a pretty bad anxiety attack after coming off of those meds, like the stuff they put you down with. So he like he ripped off his bandage on his hand. It was not great. And then my sister's close friend, ex coworker, was in like a terrible head-on collision up in Phoenix, and has a serious concussion and has like extremely black bruises on her legs. They said it's going to take her like 8 weeks to recover fully,
Jesus.
potentially. And then a coworker here, unfortunately, her friend and his parents passed away in another like drunken car incident, and we're over the next week she's dealing with his memorial service. So there's been a lot of crazy health related stuff over the last month, but hopefully that means it's smoothing out, so that like that hopefully our sister's friends better by Christmas. Hopefully everything is smooth sailing by Christmas time, so we can just enjoy Santa or Buddy the Elf or whoever it's going to be for Secret Santa this year. I don't know if you looks like you've decided on that.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a person like after I do this for people that don't know. I run a Secret Santa for our Discord community that we're in, and it
Mm-hmm.
used to just be a Santa profile. And then when we had an issue happen where we had to remake the server, I decided to start adding lore. And so I
Yeah.
brought in yeah, Santa's on the run for reasons. So here's the Grinch. And then I did Bernard from the Santa Claus movies. And
Yeah.
then last year was Buddy the Elf, who and I fucking hate that movie. I was like, you can do some personality stuff with this. I have there's two other big Christmassy related characters that I want to cycle into before I go back to doing Santa at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Bumble. You can do the Bumble,
The what?
the abominable snowman from Rudolph,
Okay.
and then everything you say could just be like, and then in parentheses, actually, right?
No. I have better
Yeah.
ideas.
Well, that's how Yoshi talks in Mario Superstars Baseball.
That's nice. It'll take us an hour, 20 minutes to get off topic. Look at that. Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
It's because we've been switching topics, so it helps.
Yeah, yes, indeed. What else is going on? Is there anything in your world,
Well,
gaming wise, Shelby, whatever? What do you want to touch on?
actually, we can. This is where we can start talking about some gaming in general things. So something that we don't really intend for the show to have like dedicated segments or anything like that. It's just gonna be like stream of consciousness, what the fuck ever. But one thing we do want to kind of touch on each episode when we can, is just like first of all, games that released in the past month. So games that released in September. And we also want to look at games that are going to be coming up in October that we're interested in, which is going to sound weird again because this episode is coming out the start of November, and we'll be talking about games we're interested in seeing in October. But this is just how things are going to be in this show.
Right.
So I sent Jonno a link to games that released in
Oh, you
2025
did?
with this September. Yeah, it's in the Discord server. So I'm
Okay.
just going to go down the list, and then anything else that you see you want to mention, go ahead and do so. Not all these have we played, but like, we can acknowledge them. Like, holy shit, Silk Song is real.
Yes.
Jesus, the game finally came out. Some people are or some people are upset about difficulty, but wasn't Hollow Knight also really hard? I don't know, man. I don't play that kind of platform
Well,
and stuff.
Metroidvanias, a lot of them are like that now. Like especially in the Souls-like era. Sure, um, Hollow Knight was pretty difficult. You know, Castlevania Order of Ecclesia was pretty difficult. Like that, there's not, it's not unprecedented. And I bought Silksong.
Hmm.
I forgot to mention that to you earlier. I bought Silksong. I've played through, the first few bosses. I know there's dozens of them, so I'm not very far into the game. But it just feels like a better Hollow Knight so far. Like as someone who played Hollow Knight all the way through, I don't see a big spike in difficulty. And I did start playing it before the patch came out.
Hmm. My
Um,
my assumption, and I'm being very general with this assumption, my
mhm,
assumption is that a lot of the people complaining about the difficulty in Silksong did not play the original Hollow Knight. They probably just watched them do, or they just heard all the time about like how, oh yeah, Silksong's been in the works for like 7 years, and it's gonna be fucking
mhm,
amazing, and then they buy the game, not really knowing what kind of game it is, and then they're just like, I can't play this. It's too hard for me. And granted, I'm
yeah,
saying this like I'm mocking them a little bit. It's too hard for me. I'm not the
yeah,
person that'll be playing this game, but I'm also not the
mhm,
one that's going to be like, I'm gonna try this game. No, I know where my skills are at,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
Silk Song. And granted, I'm terminally online, so I know not to go for
Yeah.
Silk Song.
All right. It's good.
Mm.
It's and it was pretty interesting. They're like, oh yeah, after all that ado about Silk Song forever, we've talked about on Super Casper. There's like not believing it would come out in 2025. It was like what 2 weeks before it came out. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's dropping in the start of September, like the 7th. Or you're like, oh,
Yeah,
what?
it like they were posted like from much of any developers just like looks at their own calendars for releases like, we're pushing our game back. Nope.
Mhm. Yep. 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 Yep.
And then some guy didn't, and then he got all pissy because he wasn't getting any sales on this game because Silksong released some dates. Like, dude, um that's kind of
Had
on
your chance.
you.
Had your chance. Yep.
Like, I'm not saying you should have to adjust the release date of your game, but I am saying that if I was making an indie game, regardless of what genre it was, and I had picked out a release date for it, and then Silksong was announced to be releasing within 2 weeks of that day, I'd be like, "Nah, bruh, we're moving." Unless it was happening before Silk Song, I'd be like, "I'm gonna push it." But it was like same week, like, no, no,
Mhm.
push
Mhm.
that shit."
Mhm. Yeah, I bought it and I enjoy it. You know, I kind of thrive. I do. I thrive in platform games like that. It's fun. What else is
Uh,
on your list?
Another game that released. Hey, do you remember back in 2019? Nintendo released. I mean, they really just published it. It was made by Marvelous. Daemon X Machina, exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. Remember
Yeah.
when that got released to like zero fanfare, no announcements, no marketing. So the
Yeah.
sequel just released, and I
Yeah.
didn't even know that happens. Like, oh, so
Yeah.
they released it the exact same way nobody fucking talked about Daemon X
Mhm.
Machina, Titanic Scion. I remember it being announced. I was like, really? They're making a sequel
Yeah.
to that game? But I didn't. Did it sell? Because nobody
I
talked
think it's
about it.
multi-plat too.
It
I
is,
think it
yeah.
might be a
This one is multiplat. It's switched
Mhm.
to like all consoles.
Yeah. You know, Daemon X Machina when it was released on the Switch, it was early on in the life cycle of the Switch, and I was vaguely intrigued. You know, the idea of like a Gundam type game. You know, that's inherently appealing. Like we all want to customize and jump into a giant mech. That's cool. That's badass. That's theoretically fun. You know, and then it came out, and you know the reviews were decent but not great. You know, they were pretty middling. Like, oh, it's a 6 out of 10. It's like I just don't have time for 6 out of 10s. You know, so I didn't go for it. Even though the setting was interesting, and now this one
Looks like
kind
it's
of seems
getting the
like more of the
same.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting the same kind of reception. So I'm like, okay, I'm interested to see. Is it going to get a third sequel? Because that would be our second sequel. That would be interesting. And will they improve upon the formula if it does? Because it seems like they kind of, from the reviews I've read, they kind of just doubled down on the game, the initial one, which means that the same problems it had in the first place are ones that are persisting now.
Are these the same people that have made Stories of Seasons?
Hmm.
I think the proper Story of Seasons games. I think I don't know. There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, yeah. This is the actual Story of Seasons ones that was used to be called Harvestman.
Hmm.
They're also the Rune Factory people. They made the Monster Hunter Stories games with Capcom, and then Senran Kagura. They made a few different things.
Yeah. Sweet.
Next game I see on the list is hey, this one's not at all for me. It's technically not for you, but it is for you in a Mimi way. Garfield Kart 2, All You Can Drift came out.
I heard that this game features the hit character Big Dog,
I don't know who that is.
like Large Dog. He's a
I
very
could only
big.
name 3 Garfield characters, and one of them is Garfield.
What are the other two?
Odie and John.
What about Arlette and Nermal?
I recognize Normal as a name, but I wouldn't have
Or
remembered it
what's
on
the
my
mice's
own.
name? Like Squinky or something?
I don't know, man. I told you I only know 3 names.
Yeah. Garfield Kart 2. I'm interested to see, like, between Sonic Racing's Cross Worlds and Mario Kart World, like, where does this land?
Probably at the bottom of the list.
Well, I do know that it does not have the puzzle collectibles from Garfield 1, which kind of put off more of the pro gamers.
Wow, removing content from the sequel? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
This is more of a casual game. Although they did keep the customization on the cards, I've heard.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
And the
Mm-mm.
graphics are a little more interpretive this time. Like they've really doubled down on like the pillow shading.
How do you feel about talking negatively about a game for a little bit?
Okay.
Borderlands 4. I don't know if you've seen the drama going on with
Nope.
the CEO of Gearbox, Randy
Nope.
Pritchard, throwing fucking hissy fits and starting
Hmm.
fights with gamers online over Twitter, where people are talking about just like first of all, before the game even released, it was said it was going to be $80. He was making comments that, well, our games are premium and true fans will find a way.
Bitch, please.
Holy shit!
Bitch, please.
And I can't remember every comment he made, but he made like a few things leading up to launch, so it's just like pissing people off. Game finally comes out, performance problems everywhere. I don't know, everywhere maybe too much to say, but I've seen people just like, yeah, Borderlands is kind of known for being dog shit for performance, and then CEO of Gearbox, Randy Pritchard, is coming out here talking shit on people's well, first of all, you see to upgrade your computer. The game is fine. There's no problems. Maybe you need to lower your settings. And to be fair, some people do need to lower those settings when they play modern games.
Right.
Your PC is older than 6 months, you can't run at the highest performance with new modern games. It's just a thing. Um, that's reality. Not everybody wants to do that, but other people are just like, okay, but this other game that just released and is just as technically complex, I'm having zero issues with running. It's just Borderlands, and this guy is just being very argumentative. And honestly, I don't know how PR hasn't slapped him with duct tape yet and told him to shut the fuck up, or he's being hidden in a basement. Because dude is bringing only negative attention to the company and the franchise. And it's like, dear God, guy, holy shit. Shut
And
your
we all thought it
goddamn
couldn't get worse
gob.
than the movie.
I didn't even watch the movie.
Oh no, me either. I heard it was worse than Minecraft, and that's all.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a low
like
bar.
actually, like legendarily bad. Like maybe like '80s video game movie bad, but worse.
The only thing that like had my partial attention on it was Jamie Lee Curtis being added, and apparently like she specifically wanted to be in it. So like, oh, okay, she's excited for it.
Yeah.
But it's also like they're using like part of the cast of the first game, but not even all the playable, not even all the 4 playable characters. Like 1 or 2 of them are being left out. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. You've played and enjoyed Borderlands, haven't you?
I played 2 and the pre-sequel. It's a shooter game, so I by default I kind of don't care for it too much. Setting was kind of interesting, and the art style definitely stands out. I played them on the YouTube channel Slickster Gaming with Way Off Trail. He really wanted to do a co-op. I was like, okay, but we tried starting 3 a couple times, but both times it ended up getting dropped for unrelated reasons.
Okay.
But
I got you. So
like considering everything that he's been saying now, I currently have like negative desire to try starting 3 again.
yeah, and we've seen this before in Game Land, like pretty repeatedly. Unfortunately, with developers kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and now you have him to add to the list along with whatever the guy that made Fez. I'm forgetting his name. Um, who made some racist comments in the past.
Oh.
Yeah, about Japanese game developers. And several Blizzard is a big one. Blizzard is a big one.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2, and the complete lack of interest in that series now.
Ubisoft, EA.
So, yeah, seriously.
EA, slightly different topic. Apparently, I don't know how true rumors are, but I take a look at like gaming leaks, rumors. Apparently, EA may be getting bought out by private equity.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's about to get worse. We didn't think that was possible. Uh-oh. EA about to be dead.
Yep. Goodbye. I can't recall an originally EA character right now, but goodbye that character.
John Madden.
Yeah.
I think that's
Goodbye,
EA.
John Madden. Again. Yeah, John Madden from the MLB.
Next game, Fire Emblem Shadows got shadow dropped by Nintendo. It's like, hey, look, here's a new mobile game from Fire Emblem. It's like, what the fuck? It's a
But
social
that's like
deduction game. What the fuck?
independently of heroes. Like this is a new
Yeah,
thing.
it's a whole new thing. Apparently, you haven't seen the chatter in CSWS. How it works is it's a three-part each level, we'll
Oh,
call it,
oh
is
yeah.
a three-part thing. You start off. There's three characters. They're all moving independently, fighting the enemies, and then you have these orbs on the side of your mobile screen that you can have. It's like, here's a fire spell, here's a basic attack, here's a heal. And you can throw them at people or the enemies.
Hmm.
One person is the traitor, and it might be you, it might be another player, or it might be an NPC, what the fuck ever. And they can use their things to attack the players. I could have used my things to attack the players if I really wanted to, and I'm not the traitor. I won't, but you could. But then after the first round of combat is done and the enemies are slain, then everybody votes for who the traitor is. And by the way, every character is an animal person. So there's dog girl, there's bunny girl, there's there's a bull and a panther, which are just it's canonable, but not canonable.
Horse Lynn.
Yeah, they added two legacy characters where Lynn has horse ears and Dimitri has like little lion ears. But then after you do the vote for the traitor, no matter how people voted, the traitor is always revealed, and that character goes into their full animal transformation. So Lynn goes full centaur, Dimitri goes big old lion. Everything becomes like it's their corrupted forms, which I feel like is a commentary on something, and I don't currently have the stamina to cover that. But it feels like, all the animal people become corrupt and violent. This feels like something. Oh, my
Yeah.
headset just shut off. Apparently it ran out of power and I didn't notice, so I can't hear anything. So
Woof woof.
give me a
Oh,
moment. The
Santa
viewers
is a
could still
good
hear John.
man.
So
He's a
that's
friend
not a
of
thing. So
ours and
don't
a friend
don't
of
don't be
all of
singing.
us.
It looks like you're
One
singing.
of my best friends.
Um,
Guy. Yeah.
but then in the third part of the game, now that you know who the traitor is, the other two people team up and
Hey,
take the
what
traitor,
Lister,
and that's the whole gameplay loop. And then
Lister.
there's no gotcha to it, which is a surprise. But
Oh,
you can like pay to get in-game currency to go down the tracker and unlock the legacy characters early, which are currently Lynn and Dimitri. I'm surprised there's only
I'm
two
not
of
gonna
right
do
now.
that. I just downloaded it, so we'll
I
see
I
what I think.
played the tutorial and then I uninstalled. It was like, this isn't for me. Supposedly it gets better. I don't care. It's not for me.
Yeah, I would have thought I would have gotten more of the
Make
card.
Ike a bear.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that's social commentary in itself, isn't it?
The main character is also dressed up like Marth.
Of course they are.
Yeah, they are dressed up as Marth, and then their two retainers are, I can't remember the names offhand, but they are definitely meant to be new takes on Cain and Abel because they also
Mhm.
transform into a bull and a panther.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll get this
Come
new
on,
animal girl Marth for Smash.
no. Next game, Hades 2
Yep.
released.
Yep.
I have you last week. It's like, hey, are you doing Hades 2? It's like, no, I don't play roguelikes. It's not my style. It's like, well, it's no different than doing a race multiple times in Mario Kart World Cups. Like, it's actually very different. What
Hmm.
the fuck? What are you on about? I don't want to play a roguelike. Leave me alone. Even if I
I'm
did, I don't want to do that combat style.
If I did play a roguelite, it would be Hades, only because of how celebrated it is.
If Hades was a turn-based RPG, I would play Hades.
Yeah. I'm curious about it. I would try it, but I don't think I would enjoy it for the reason of like, yeah, that gameplay loop of like constantly having to return to the same place and improve yourself and do like the same level X amount of times is not appealing to me.
No, even
You
with the
know.
whole aspect of like, oh, it's different every time. You'll get different power ups, and sometimes you'll fight a different boss or whatever. It's like, that's cool. I've never been into this genre. Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's
the
like I
game is great, and
understand.
I hope people that are playing
Yep.
it enjoy themselves. It's
Yeah.
not for me, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
I may try it. I may try it. I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I will give compliments to just how good they've managed to dial it in. Obviously, it's a paragon of its genre. It's getting just like the first game did. the characters, the world, like all of that seems really cool. Seems really interesting. And I think perhaps Hades is one of those indie-ish games that actually has a shot of this is not super cast brothers, but I'll say it anyway. Has some sort of shot of being represented in Smash.
I mean, we have talked about Zagreus before.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about kind of the over/under in my head on the new protagonist likelihood, and if we should talk about that and rate their chances sometime on Supercast Brothers.
I mean, we can, but I think it's Zagreus or bust.
Okay, I don't think that's their name. It's like
No,
Zagreus or like
no,
oh,
Zagreus
oh
is the first game.
yeah,
Melanoe, I think is how it's pronounced for the second game.
okay. Rolls off the
But
tongue.
I don't. It's either we get Zagreus or we get nobody. Is my opinion.
Okay. Next game.
Silent Hill Elf. Silent Hill F. Silent Hill. I don't think it's seen a new game, not counting remakes, in its franchise in a while. So hey, people are excited about that. I don't play horror games, but good for you guys. I'm glad you guys think. Oh wow. Apparently there was the short message, which just been on its name. Sounds like it was a really short game. Beyond that, the last mainline game in Silent Hill was in 2012.
Holy smokes! Okay.
I mean, they remade Silent Hill 2 last year,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing, no like new thing outside of like the short message, which just based on its name, I'm assuming it was a shorter game.
Mm-hmm. Silent Hill Elf. Yeah. Redid a lot of not redid. It tread new ground rather. Like it's a pretty
Hmm.
different game from the past ones, from what I understand. Like setting wise, another.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the first. Like, it's actually takes place in Japan, whereas most series are like in this
Mm-hmm.
Silent Hill town, which is somewhere in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds also released, and they revealed the final, at least of the. I don't know if it's like final DLC character or just like final one of round one. Mega Man,
Yeah.
classic Mega Man. They've
Sweet.
actually got a good amount of guest characters. We got Alex, and Steve from Minecraft, as well as the Creeper, Pac-Man and the Ghost, Hatsune Miku, Ichiban Kasuga from the Like a Dragon, more modern Yakuza games, Joker from Persona 5, Knights from Knights, uh, SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, and then Proto Man also came in with Mega Man. Both their classic versions, not like EXE or
Yeah.
anything.
Yep.
I
And it looks
played
like
I played a demo
came
of
in
it. I
from
was like, yeah,
Lost Airbender.
not very good. But I was like, this isn't bad.
I've heard really good things about this game.
I like that the course can change midway through to go you to like a different track. Like, that's pretty different.
Yeah. Yeah, I am very interested in playing that game. I just can't do it for $70 to $80.
Ugh.
And it's a Sega game. You
Game
can
prices
definitely
have gotten out of control.
yeah, that's
Especially
ridiculous.
here's where we go on a rant. Especially when y'all fuckers, yeah, I'm talking to you, all you companies out there. Let's make a big push to digital only. Okay, then make the games cheaper. If
Yep.
part of the reason the price is the physical production of discs or cartridges in Nintendo's case, and then the cases, and then to ship those cases to various countries all over the world, that's part of the pricing, then the digital versions should be cheaper. You want people to
Yeah.
switch to a digital only model? Here's the incentive. Make the games 10 to 20 bucks cheaper. Don't increase prices, lower the digital prices. That's how you'll get people to be willing to go to digital only. I promise you, it'll fucking work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll make a little bit less money on it, but you're also not having to spend money on shipping and casing and production as on physical material. Some
Mhm.
people, there are people that will refuse still. They'll want physical only, and you should fucking respect that. But if you
Yep.
want people to go digital, give us a fucking reason.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. And as for me, I like to own my games, which you can't even really do with a physical disc or cartridge anymore.
No.
These game key cards with the Switch 2 or just like partial downloads and download discs on PS5 and Xbox. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Or it's and in some cases, some games are just if it doesn't fit in the cartridge, like, okay, well, Final Fantasy VII Remake doesn't fit on one disc for PlayStation.
Mhm.
It ain't gonna fit on a Nintendo cartridge.
Right.
The 7 Remakes game key card, it's the download takes up a third of the Switch 2's available memory.
Yeah.
Holy
Jesus.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
what Rebirth it's gonna be on Switch 2.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Like I get it, sometimes you have to have some of these kinds of things. But come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next game. What's Pac-Man World 2 repack? You were excited about Pac-Man World being remade. Now the sequel's been remade.
Yeah, we're excited for that. Pac-Man has a freaky voice actor thing going on again. it's
Oh
it's like,
god.
oh, this is mildly unsettling to watch Pac-Man speak just like some guy. I really enjoyed 2. I actually bought 2 again recently for the GameCube
Is that the
at
one
both
with
friends.
Talkman or is it the first one?
The first was with Talkman, the second one's with Spooky the Ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, World 2 is the better game in my opinion. I want to play that game, the remake of World 2. It's backlogged though. I mean, it's, is what it is.
Hmm. And then the last game I wanted to mention of September releases. Date of recording comes out in 2 days. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilise Chronicles.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. I played through some tactics. I stopped early because I sucked. I didn't understand bravery and faith and
Mhm.
everything. And then I got to the point where I was just like, because the map wide encounters get more difficult as you level up. I didn't know what I was doing, and I got stuck, and I could not proceed because I kept getting random encounters that
No.
stopped my progress, and I could not beat them.
Mhm.
But I know that this game, like, they're adding a lot of quality of life things. I would like to go play it when I have the time between things and have
Me
more disposable income. But
Yeah, I feel that. I
like,
feel that.
I love what they everything they've said about it. It just sounds great.
I am so tempted to just buy it on release date. I am so tempted. But then I think back to I bought Ogre Battle, Person of Lordly Caliber again, on the Switch a couple years ago. I haven't beaten that game. So I want to. I just haven't. So it's
Yeah,
like I don't if I buy Tactics, I need to like put it at the front of the line. So we'll see when that happens.
yeah.
Mhm.
Is there? That's everything that I see for September. That like I had a reason to mention. Is there anything else from September release that you wanted to go over?
Let me just quickly look back at that link you sent me, which I'm doing now. Where did it go? There it is. Uh, you mentioned Garfield Kart 2, so I'm probably good. And I downloaded Fire Emblem Shadows. I want to try it later. Um, looking at it now, I was gonna say Metal Gear Delta, but that apparently was late August.
Yep.
Bubsy in the Perfect Collection. Good lord.
Yep. Bub's
Uh,
collection. Don't say I'm not mentioning. If it was the new game, I would have mentioned it. But like, I'm not mentioning it collection.
yeah, the new game people are actually saying is not bad, which is the first. Yeah, cool. I have nothing more for September.
All right. Well, then we'll transition to going looking ahead at October, which again these games will have released by the time this episode airs. But for us, they haven't yet. And we're gonna be like, okay, what October games are we looking forward to? And there's one right away that I know we're both interested in. October fucking 2nd, Ghost of Yote. You played Tsushima first, and then you got me to play it. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking fun. I had to lower the difficulty because I'm a bitch. But after I lowered the difficulty, I started having fun.
Yeah.
And people were talking about for years, were like, "Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima's sequel. There's gonna be a Ghost of Tsushima 2. We're gonna see like what happens next." And it's like, based on how the game ends, you can't do a sequel. The only way is to
Yeah.
like set it hundreds of years in the future, and then
They
they do
did.
the game reveal, and it's like Ghost of Yote, it's hundreds of years in the sequel. And people were throwing a fit, but like, there's more to tell with Jen's story. It's like, you're right, but because of the way they ended the game with a very important personal choice that would vastly change the events of the immediate future, you can't do a sequel unless you canonize an option, and then you piss off half the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Setting in the future was the correct move. And everybody else that's bitching about female protagonists, you could eat my Erika Ishii ass. She's great.
There,
Fuck you.
yep, she is. There is one political thing that happened to Ghost of Butte recently that I will not mention
Uh-oh.
by direct point, but I will say I was disappointed in how Sucker Punch and Sony handled it. But on the other hand, yes, Erika Ishii is wonderful. I still want to play this game. I will be buying it day one and prioritizing playing it first on top of everything else I've got. So, yeah, I am really looking forward to it. There's a couple more days left. I'm so impatient too. I'm
Oh yeah.
like,
And
I
then
want to buy
same
a game
day,
so bad.
40th
Yeah.
anniversary, Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2. Galaxy 2
For
should have been in the
85,
35th
85.
anniversary collection. Let's come the fuck on.
Mhm.
What I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised about is like, unlike the 35th anniversary collection, they haven't announced, oh yeah, this is a limited release only.
Mm-hmm.
I get it
Mm-hmm.
for physical, but why the fuck's the 30th anniversary collection a limited digital release as
Nintendo
well?
was on one for a while there. Like, why was the Super Mario 99 or
Yeah.
limited? Like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Um, yeah, I mean, in theory, I would look forward to this. Like these guys are gonna sucker me into getting these overpriced amiibo because I think the Galaxy amiibo looks,
Oh, they are
and
pricey.
they're gonna sucker me into the storybook too because I'm a fucking sucker for that kind of stuff. But yeah, as for the game itself, what is it? $70 for these two Wii era games?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I know they look better. Like people have been checking, like Digital Foundry or who checking the how the games run, how they look, and apparently like even Galaxy better and runs better than it did in the Super Mario 3D All Stars. But and they're both 10 out of 10 games for what they are. They're amazing. We haven't quite got something with like the tight platforming of the Galaxy games since, um, which is why people hanker for
I mean,
Galaxy
Odyssey
3.
was the
Why?
next 3D Mario game.
Right, right,
And
right.
its only type platform was in like some very specific challenges that I was like, skipping this one.
Right. But that's what got those games acclaimed. That's why there's a Super Mario Galaxy movie now coming out. Um,
Yeah, which is I'm still in the camp of this feels like a jump.
yep.
Like you teased Yoshi after they first arrived with Mushroom, and our next adventure is Galaxy.
Yeah,
What?
I
Like
perhaps
my
maybe not.
pitch would have been you do World next as the title. The
Mhm.
Koopalings are the villains. Maybe there's like a funny little thing with Wario and Waluigi off to the side because I don't think they're going to be treated as main villains. But then at the end of it, Bowser gets rescued from the bottle that he was shrunken and trapped inside of, and then the next time you can do Galaxy. That's what would have made sense.
Right. And the Luigi's Mansion spinoff that we all know is in the works, and we
Which will be exclusive to Paramount Plus streaming.
screw it.
Yeah, we're following the track of the Sonic movies.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
spinoff gets put on streaming only.
Oh, right. And the Knuckles show was pretty good from what I've
It
heard.
was. It was.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm not buying the Galaxy collection for that price.
Nah. But you know what I am gonna buy?
No.
Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah. When is that? October 16th?
October 16th.
Okay.
So 2.5 weeks for us.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yep.
means I gotta finish Fantasy Star 4 fast.
This means I got to blast through Bonanza so that we can make ZA my next Switch 2 game.
Yeah. Pokemon games I don't stream. I play those and then I'll record them after the fact. So that one would be like just purely for me.
As all things should be.
Yes. You're probably excited about Ninja Gaiden 4 coming up.
Yep. Gosh. I'm really I want to play Ragebound as well, and also the new Shinobi game. Like there's a lot of like ninja or coming out lately that's going to be really good. Um, in the case of the 2D platformer games though, mentioned they're not optimized well for Switch 2 yet, I've heard. So
Hmm.
I'm kind of waiting on that. There's Switch releases and then the Switch 2 one they're like oh, it looks worse, it plays worse because it's like you're porting it from the Switch. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4, yes, I'm looking to.
The Katamari franchise is getting its first new game since
I'm
2011.
I'm
Once
really
Upon a
looking forward to that.
Katamari.
Mhm.
That one, all the current, actually, not a Nintendo Switch 2, but Nintendo Switch, PS5, and Xbox X. Huh.
Yeah. What?
Interesting. I
Really?
wonder. I wonder if. Oh, okay. Hang on. The next day. Wait, no. What the shit? Why does it have two different release dates of the 23rd and the 24th for the same consoles? Okay, I'm just opening up the actual page for it. Yeah, no. It says. It doesn't say anything about a Switch 2 edition. I wonder if that'll just come later. Maybe they're still working on it.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
Oh,
then also, if anybody didn't get Persona 3 Reload yet, it's coming out on Switch 2 this month,
yep.
October.
Mhm.
Anything else I'm seeing? Oh shit! Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake is finally coming out.
People are there
I
was a 37-minute video that Square Enix just released previewing the game.
Jesus. Um, I played the remake of 3. I had my struggles. Oh, there were some difficulty spikes. A lot of enemies have the insta kill move, and a lot of enemies have the multi-target insta kill move.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking happy. I'm hoping 1 and
Right.
2 don't have that level of bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you can't
Yeah.
even say, like, oh, well, you're just under level. It's like, it's the insta kill move. I can't be under leveled against the insta kill move.
Right.
I'm just dead.
Right.
And the Tales of Xillia remaster is coming up at the end of October.
I know very little about this one.
I don't know a
But
whole lot about it either. I know people are excited. I've only played 2 Tales games myself, and I've watched a couple others be played. I've heard Xillia is good.
Sweet.
It was locked to the PS3 only until this remaster, which is like, oh, good, it's being freed.
It's being released on a system people actually owned. I owned a PS3 for one day. That's a story for another day.
I played my cousins.
Yeah.
Any of the games that you see coming up in October?
Mina the Hollower. Final day of the month, along with Xillia. Yacht Club Games' take on more of like the top-down Zelda formula, starring a kind of like cutesy 8-bitty mouse.
Wait, Jakob Lind is making something that's not Shovel Knight?
Shovel Knight will probably be in it. Just you wait.
You're right. He'll probably be like a guest boss or something.
Yeah, but I am really looking forward to it. Like they do good work, and I Shovel Knight at the time kind of revitalized indie games and like the retro era of 8-bit 2D platformers. So I'm looking forward to what they do with a top-down game. Like it looks really strong. It's kind of like a Oracle of Seasons and Ages kind of style.
Hmm.
And that's kind of that for me. But yeah, Yote, day one. Day one.
It won't be day one for me because I want to stream that one, so I'm just gonna wait until I either see it on sale or I'm ready to start streaming it. But
Yeah.
oh god, honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna throw it in because I have so many other things. Like I mentioned, like okay, I had to prioritize the Yakuza franchise for streaming because there are so many of its games, and if I don't prioritize it, it's just there. I'm never gonna get to them.
Right.
But Ghost of
Right.
Yote and The Last of Us 2 will be up for that same action gamey slot after. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it'll depend because I also, with Ghost of Tsushima, while I did most of the exploration just on my own, once I was like, beat the game, it's like, okay, where's everything I'm missing? Bring up the interactive map.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did that. So I'd want to wait for like all that to be discovered first. Whereas I don't have to worry about that for Last of Us 2.
Right. We'll see.
So it'll probably be bad. What will probably end up happening is I'll end up going because I kind of have like the RPG slot and the action gaming slot for my streams. So they actually give me slot. We'll probably go from like Donkey Kong Bonanza to Yakuza Kiwami 2 to Last of Us 2 to Ghost of Yotei to probably Yakuza Kiwami 3 by that point in
Right.
the schedule. And then I'll finally get to Gravity Rush 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course and
And that's if
indeed.
nothing else releases in between that I want to put a priority on. There's just so many games.
Yeah. There are so many games.
Ah. John, can you believe it's been 2 hours?
Only because I saw it on the
Yeah.
clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could easily keep going, but for the
Good.
sake of things, we really should wrap things up.
Mhm.
For anybody wondering, was like, wow, they talk so much about these kinds of certain things. I hope they spend less time on these topics in future episodes, and I can tell you pretty confidently that we will, because this first episode also we had a lot of introduction to the concept, a lot of general, hey, here's what's going on with us, but we're not always gonna have big, like, I'm definitely not gonna have big things happening for me every fucking month. For the most part, my monthly check-in will be like, yeah, I still playing games, and that's it. My monthly check-in for the most part.
Yeah.
And then since we've already talked about some things with games coming up in October, we'll probably have less to say about them unless we actually played the game. Like, I know we'll have things to talk about with Pokemon Legends. That's gonna absolutely be a thing.
We'll have things to talk about with Ghost of Yotei, but not spoilery things for your sake.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And I might have like, oh yeah, there's other games that I'm streaming now that are done, or like when there's something I really want to talk about when we have time about the city of Final Fantasy games. But
Okay.
I have to get that situated first.
Yeah, I
But
think next episode too will be a good opportunity for us to not touch on it a whole lot probably because it's going to be mostly for Cast Brothers, but to introduce this new crowd to Smashtopia.
what?
Just say like, "Oh, this is what we're doing here."
Wait, I'm lost. Why are we talking about Smashtopia?
Just
Oh,
cuz,
just like a general this exists. The wiki, you mean, not the podcast stuff.
Right.
Okay. It's like
Kirby
what?
and Jim Brown don't know what it is yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
So
people.
we'll get into that next time, but
Okay. Well,
yeah.
thank you all for listening if you are still here to AJOLWTTA, Aged Old Water. Anything Jonno or Lister wants to talk about, which we had a lot of intro prior to ourselves in this first
Mhm.
one, which is to be expected.
Yep.
Next time, who knows what we'll talk about because we don't know. And then as soon as we finish recording this one, we get to figure out what the fuck we're calling this first episode. Hey,
That'll be fun. That's a fun
yeah,
process. Yeah, cool. Yeah, aged old water. What's in the cup? The thermos.
the water bottle. All right,
Cheers.
with that, we'll see you all next month. Unless you decide to watch another one of our, unless you decide to watch Super Cast Brothers in the meantime, or check
Yep.
me out on Slickster Gaming, or check Jono out in person, I guess, because you currently don't have a digital
Ah.
presence outside of this show, I don't think, or
Um,
our shows, period, plural.
I am on the internet under my own name.
Right, but you're not. I don't think you're currently like.
And,
I don't think you currently have like a
yeah.
social media that you've been updating, or have you?
Uh, my Instagram, but I mean, it's not like
Oh, okay.
incredibly prescient. Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm technically on Blue Sky, but for the most part, I just post whenever I go live on stream.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Well, bye.
Bye, everyone. See ya.